Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hasna Elasri and I am a university student, English Studies. And my Pecha Kucha presentation is going to be about street art and evolution. So this kind of special art goes back to thousands of years, as it was first emerged by ancient Greeks and Egypt. So it can be found on building walls or on streets. So it dates the ancient times, showing, for example, hunting, battle scenes, camels or horse riders, and it is very popular and lively. And this one goes back to the Egypt times. And it was emerged as graffiti. So graffiti are writings that have been scribbled and scratched on rocks, and they were the source of many understandings of historical aspects, such as the Saphitic language. And this one shows an example of the Saphitic language. So by the beginning of the 20th century, graffiti started showing on the sides of trains and cars, and often used by Protestants to convey radical messages. And this was the work of gangs in the 1920s and 1930s. And this one is very popular in the United States. It shows a bald-headed man with prominent nose peeking over a wall and fingers clutching the wall, telling Hillary was here. This was very popular during the World War II in the United States. So graffiti found its way to modernity in 1970s with new techniques like spray-painted graffiti. And this one shows a subway train in New York covered with graffiti. During the Cold War and before the collapse of Berlin Wall, it was an expedient place for artists and people to show or to express their opinions and dislikes. And this shows the Berlin Wall completely covered with graffiti. And during these decades, graffiti and street art was somehow illegal activity, and it was considered as vandalism and subversion of public positions. That's why graffiti artists tend to hide their identity and keep it secret to avoid arresting. Just as Banksy, this one shows Banksy, who is a very popular and famous graffiti artist from England. So he is, with unverified identity, he is, due to his artworks that were widespread throughout the world, graffiti gained some respect and attention in the contemporary art world. So by the end of the 20th century and the beginning of the 21st century, graffiti and street art evolved into various forms of artistic expressions like stencils, murals, and street installations. And this is one of the museums that preserve artworks and preserve the rights of artists, street artists. And it's located in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. The next slide is a artwork by Banksy. So sometimes we feel just forced to give up our dreams and by the pressure of life hardship. So this Banksy here is telling us to follow our dreams, regardless of outside the discouragements. This one, of course, is located in Zohr, Morocco. So it was first applied by Jewish refugees who arrived to Morocco in the 1930s. And the local of the city still adopt this habit of painting their walls with blue color and this as a tradition. This graffiti located in Casablanca in Morocco, so it shows an old woman with bent back, seems to carry the whole city on her back. The artist of this artwork was impressed by an old woman who was walking down the street, who was always passing by. This New York artwork is showing a graffiti artist who is puking back flowers. It indicates that if you have something to express, it's better to let it out than just holding it inside. We just need sometimes to let things out. In the next slide this is an artwork located in Poland. In this Polish inscription means in English, "Do you belong to the herd?" So the idea behind this is the idea of following the majority and choosing the traditional options. So street art, there are many forms of modern street art, like street installations using three-dimensional objects. And this one shows a clothespin, giant clothespin located in Portugal. This one called the Umbrella Sky. It is located in Belgium. It's not only save people from sun and rain, but also give a vibrant look to the city. So it turns dull cities into vibrant streets. This one was applied by Ishaq Cordel, and it is located, I think, in Portugal. So it shows the gathering politicians who are maybe discussing global warming or whatever. In this last one, located in Australia, in the city of Melbourne, it shows 10,000 arrival of books, 10,000 animated books that have been scattered everywhere in the Melbourne city. And that's it. Thank you for your attention.